of LA isn't as tough as getting into LA.
Yeah, look at that. Now, it is nice to see a lot of Teslas because we were getting a lot of eyeballs. Look at the traffic going westbound. Not so bad on our side. Yep. And of course, hands-free. For those who are wondering how he's able to do that a little bit more than normal is he's got a little piece there.
It acts as a counterweight to where the car thinks you're applying pressure to the wheel, which is all that's required to keep the navigation going.
So use it wisely, folks, if you get one.
So if I were to take it off, give it 10 or 20 seconds or so, and I'll get a little nasty gram on the, usually around here.
That doesn't mean you go to sleep, guys.
No, we can do
Because he's still, as you guys have been watching this whole time on this road trip, that he has still absolutely had to take the wheel.
that. Don't make a liar out of me.
So he took it off. There it is.
There's your slight pressure.
Yep. But if you don't know that there is a camera that Elon has now activated in most vehicles to set up for full driving, yeah, full driving, so that it can tell that you're paying attention to the road and not sleeping or in the back seat. But you can see that we're coming on the center of downtown, which my daughter actually used to live over by Staples basketball stadium. I swear, if you go back to the videos where I had to come out here and kick out trash, I really wish I could put those videos up. I mean, those people were just unbelievable. But she was an actually international model. No, you know, karma came back to bite her. They ended up breaking up and she ended up getting pregnant. So it bit her back. She's no longer a supermodel. Though it was said that she was gonna do maternity modeling, but you know what happens to models after they get pregnant.
Take exit 13A on the right towards Grand Avenue.
Like I said, I do wish I could have showed those videos. I portray to be that knitting mom, sweatshirt, ponytail back. She had no idea that I was a motorcycle hardcore tattoo woman. I could be both ways. Till I left my computer and iPad running constantly and I went out to video and my daughter was down there and they were threatening her life. Gloves came off. Anyway, get through some of this and to the other side of town. Or maybe I'll try to grab some video up here without talking of downtown. We're in West Covina, which is where my daughter lived when we first moved out here in the Anaheim area. Traffic easing up. Sadly, not much to see. Any different? I guess, I don't know, it depends on if you've been out in California. So we're on Seminole Drive off I-10 by the Morongo Indian Reserve exit for the next charge up.
Now your destination is on the right.
And now McDonald's parking lot. Wow, there's a lot of chargers. Damn, how many are there? There's a lot of them. So hubby decided to, he already put in for an advance for a pickup, but we couldn't find the pickup spot. So I guess he's going in to get it. The day hire is $17 an hour. Though I do know that they obviously, that it costs, minimum wage here is like, I think $12 an hour. But even that's still beats what we were making at McDonald's when we met. It was $4.25 an hour, and that's a lot. He's over there trying to find it. Then we'll probably go over to the stations over there and sit and eat and charge them. We're at 41%, but we'll probably charge it more because we are now in the foothills of the Rockies, which is pretty much what it looks like in Arizona. Oh, we're getting ready to hit the Joshua National Park. Joshua Tree. And then the Colorado River. Yay. Okay, this is actually a first for us. All 20 stalls that are here, there's a few that you can't use, but every single one is full. Though this one looks like they're getting ready to pull out, baby. So just watch. I think there's one gonna be leaving. Oh, he closed that one.
The etiquette is for this. Oh, I guess he works for
Tesla. Oh shit. He works for Tesla. He said there's one open then.
There's one open right down there.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All new to us. Wrong one.
What?
No, here's a long fry.
Hang on. Fucking where?
No, I do not, liar. One open. I'm going to have to turn two of them back on. But you said something about... I'll let them go back on. Pretty.
Drive southeast on Interstate 10 east for 40.5 miles.
You said something about split pricing because it was... I noticed it was cheaper.
At this spot, at least, if you charge within a certain time period, I think it was between midnight and 4 p.m., it was one rate, which I think is 21 cents per kilowatt hour. And then if you charged after that, during their peak hours, it was 39.
That was a big difference. Make sure you charge during the day. It almost looks like cowboy heads up there. I assume a casino. Yep, casino. Morongo Indian Casino. I don't remember that the last time we drove through here. Resort and spa. Stay and play. Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. That's another casino. Now those mountains are pretty much the same of what it is down where we lived in Cerro Vista, which is right outside of Fort Huachuca. And Fort Huachuca sits actually on the border of Arizona and Mexico. And the Sierra Mountains, which is what our little dog Rose is named after. Her name is Sierra Rose, but we call her Rose. But if you see off to the right here, the windmills, or solar wind. There's a lot of them up here. Not entirely sure if you guys have ever seen actually how big those things are. Each blade is longer than an actual trailer bed on a truck. Huge. We've actually had the privilege of seeing them actually travel each blade down a highway. Probably what's powering all the damn casinos around here. distance, but those came up on us like they kind of creep me out. Joshua Tree National Park. Haven't seen the Joshua trees yet. We'll see them. They go way back here. Way. You guys don't know what a Joshua tree is. It's a particular desert tree. Perfectly lined up. Want to catch the Santa Ana winds that come up over the mountains. We are in Palm Springs, baby. 102. Go from all that cold weather and we are back in the desert. See? Nada. Nothing but tires and rocks. Palm Springs Subaru. Nothing but nothing. Yeah, there's usually snow up in the mountains, in certain mountains, even at 102 degrees. Oh, there's still some windmills. We haven't got to the other side of Palm Springs yet, so we haven't got to the city part. Like I say, you can go up. We've stopped in Palm Springs before where you can ski during the day and swim during the night. So it's just, I always said it looked like chocolate chips, didn't I? Chocolate chips up on the mountains, but it's just kind of burnt down bushes. That's what it looks like. Yeah, it ain't what y'all think it is. It's not very pretty. Just so y'all know what Palm Springs look like there. Pretty much it. City's pretty much the same. Some buildings. Might be a resort or two. With some palm trees. Yeah, we've been there, done that. Under 3 temperature. Rising. It will go up. Palm Springs actually hotter in that city. It's probably about 105 in Palm Springs itself. Center of the city. So for those who think that, yeah, this is more the center of Palm Springs, up by Bob Hope Drive and Aqua Clante. So it is now 109 because there's In-N-Out. We went to In-N-Out the last time we stopped in here, In-N-Out Burger, and they constantly busy. This is the main road down here. So this is pretty much Palm Springs. And if you want to stop, and like I said, we're on the highway and it's 109. You stop and it's much hotter. And I don't know if I see any snow today. I have to look. I'm not seeing any snow today. I don't see any up on the hills. What did we go through in August and there was snow up on the mountains? I don't see any. Nope. Yellow, 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 yellow. All yellow. So, yeah, guys, it's pretty much. And we're going westbound. We were going eastbound out to LA and Universal, Disney, and yeah, that's it. That's your Palm Springs. Not very exciting. And again, we've been there. That's it. That's your Palm Springs. A couple of resorts, basic little city, and it is on the highway, 109. And if you got not the greatest tires, don't drive this road. It'll pop your tires in a heartbeat. And that's not a joke. You better have new tires. So, you think I'm joking, you get bubbles and bang them. Why do you think that there's always tires on the side of the road? So, you be stuck in a desert, and make sure you don't drive this without some massive water with you. And that's from knowing that we lived in the desert for 3 years, and even just going to the grocery store, we know always have water. So, I mean, some housing could be halfway decent, but yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. There's some halfway decent, but this is also Morongo reservation over here. So, that's it. We're about to leave the outskirts of Palm Springs. So, big desert. And there's what Palo Verde trees. They're like very fine, almost like pine needles, but they're not pine needles. So if you've seen something that looks green, they're called Palo Verde trees. I had them in my yard in Arizona. Okay guys, that's the Colorado River. And we are now in Arizona. That is exciting. We were farther up. Don't text, just drive. But it just dropped, if you saw the pictures, from 111 degrees down to 106. Looks like we're going to do a quick charge up and a potty break. Arizona. Where we called home for 3 years. Though we were already in Arizona a few days ago.
Enter the roundabout and take the first exit. In 500 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
Is that Flying J's?
Now you have arrived at your destination.
Yep, get in my lane. So you get off here at the Ehrenberg. And it's at Flying J's next to the Best Western.
Might be a 250.
Oh, and
I can't see the A and B. We'll see.
And the gas dropped to $3.19. And there's a Wendy's for anybody who wants to stop. But the temperature did massively drop by 5 degrees. And we're down to 23%. Saying we should be here for about 25 minutes. But we just crossed over the Colorado River. which isn't really exciting. The last charge we had was $6.09, and if you guys were watching us, we were charging in California. That is a massive difference by about $5 to $8. And again, at the end of the trip, we will tell you how much it cost. Looks like 8 of them at 250 watts. And it said about 4 minutes to charge. Dang. But we gonna have to take a potty break, so. Yep. It'll be fast. I'm not sure if some of you guys have seen these before. I mean, we lived here for 3 years, and you guys have heard me say this. But the tall cactus that look like they have arms, they're called seguros. There's actually a desert and a national forest that they call it, full of them, and they get really tall, really big, and multiple arms. You're gonna see more and more of these. I'll show you when we get to see more of them. And then there's a rock out here called a mountain called Dome Rock, because most of the peaks or mountains are peaked, but it's actually over there that looks domed. But if you try to use the mountains as northeast, southwest, I wouldn't. You'll get totally lost. But not all of them look like a body. Some of them just have 2. Some of them could have 6 arms. But the birds actually will form nests in them. Not so much roadrunners. Roadrunners generally build their nests on the ground. Some of them do, and they don't look like in the cartoons. So they're actually very strange little birds. But they'll build. Other birds will actually build burrow little holes in it, almost like woodpeckers' holes. But so will bumblebees. Kind of a little freaky. Just like the yucca plants, the bumblebees will build up in them. But we're definitely in Arizona. The temperature did drop down to 106 when we crossed over, but now it's back up to 109. But we started taking pictures because the landscape didn't change. And it's not going to all the way through. I don't know, we get so far and then the mountains will disappear and then it'll just be basically desert. Once we get so far into Arizona and then New Mexico, there's like nothing. And it'll be nothing but desert. But yeah, that'll be about it. So we'll try to do what we can on pictures if we find anything really cool, but for the most part, this is it. But yep. But we'll try to keep you abreast on some pictures here and there. We do have some really cool things coming. Okay, so we're going to stop for this charge, and this is the biggest charging station ever with 250 kilowatt charging stations. $36 stalls. I think the biggest one we saw before was what, 30? I think it was 30. You guys would probably know, but this one's the biggest charging station.
It's a Colonel's Junior too.
Oh wow! And we just ate though. Though, wait a minute. We get to Texas, we might not get a guac burger. Y'all just don't know, if you have never been on the West Coast, what a guac burger is. You just gotta promise get me a guac burger before we leave. Or I could get it and just take it and freeze it. That's okay. No, I'm not hungry. I don't want to do that because it's just full of calories.
It's not the last one.
Left onto West Main Street.
We gotta make sure we get another one. At least I could put it in the freezer. Put a couple of them in the freezer. And I don't need the calories, but yeah. Oh, hi. Man, it's just, I have been to so many places. Nobody makes a Whopper better than Carl's Jr. Restaurants that we have tried.
Now your destination is on the right.
Holy crap.
That doesn't look that impressive.
No, it doesn't, but it's like a sea of them. You'd think they do something for shade, but then again, this is Arizona. There is no escaping the sunlight in Arizona. So just if you've never been to Arizona, it's dry heat, and make sure you have sunblock because in 10 minutes you will be burnt. Especially if you're a redheaded and a white skin. Yeah, my brother found that out the hard way. Blistered. Ugh. Big time. He didn't listen. Told him to stay away from the pool and be not that long without sunblock. Though he wasn't redheaded, he's just pale as hell. See, they're all the way down there. All the way over.
Oh, okay, let's see the other side.
Yeah, they're way down there. I'll pop out and show everybody. And these are 250 waters. So we're at 41. Last charge was...
I'm standing next to them.
Yeah. Are they huge? Or I'm not
No,
going...
There's something a turbine.
Oh, I'm not going to go out without my shoes on and burn my feet. I know better than that. Living here too long to know that. So it's 109. It'll blow a tire out on this stuff. It'll blister my feet too. Look, there's even some on the other side over there. That's, oh, wow. So let's see what this. 30-minute general parking. Well, you don't need more than damn, what, 20 minutes? It's saying 20 minutes, right? Is that 30, if you need more than 30 minutes, you in trouble. Listen to this, folks. This is power at its very best. Everywhere. Chargers. Charbroiled burgers. See what else? So there's McDonald's over there, not just Carl's here. Burger King. There's a Mobile. There's a Pilot. It says gas down there. It's $3.15. Massive drop in gasoline. Closer you get to Texas. Yeah, welcome to the landscape in Arizona, and it only gets worse the closer you get to New Mexico. I mean, there ain't nothing there. There ain't no damn mountains. Though Vincent is kind of cool in Arizona. It looks like the rocks from Galaxy Quest. You'll see that. I'll show you guys that. I live like 20 minutes from Tombstone. I used to go down to Tombstone all the time when I would bring guests to our house. Ain't nothing on the other side highway. Every single one of them are 250s. Wow. That's not normal. And they go all the way down. Ain't no shade for the weary in the damn desert. And I don't go wandering out in the rocks here. I mean, we're not by the border of Mexico, but I also know I'm not walking out there because I know what could be out there. Lived in Arizona to know that. Anywhere from rattlers to scorpions. I'm not afraid of the tarantulas. All kinds of weary things out there. Even just walking up there. And me being out here this long, I could be burnt. I don't have sunblock on. I'm already burnt from the travels already, so. Not that I couldn't use a tan. I'm so used to being tan from Florida. But when I lived and had a pool in Arizona, I always wore sunblock. Alrighty. see. So far, only $2.68. See, in 15 minutes, my husband can quit now, so we're gonna be off in just a few minutes. Got that.
This one's tiny.
8 stalls. I'm not sure if that recorded or not. I'll say it again though. We passed the Quick Creek Cement Factory and cornfields and the Lewis State Penitentiary. We're going down to the Gila Bend, down to where State Route 8 is, trying to bypass Phoenix so that we don't have to deal with some of the traffic. So it's a little quicker route. We'll be down to 13%. The temperature did drop though, from 109 to 106, and now we're down to 102. So it seems like it's a little bit cooler this direction. The sun is at our right door now, so, but the rocks are different. It's a little bit like going out to Benson, and again, you guys should see that maybe we're hoping to be down past that, which is, if we get to Benson, it's the exit going towards Sierra Vista, which is where Fort Huachuca is, which used to be called Frytown, which we left because that's our last name. The fire department is still called Fry Fire Station, and Fry Boulevard's right there. We used to laugh. But there are still some Frys out there, which we found out we are somewhat related to. His grandma actually told us about it, but she passed on a long time ago. Only 8 stalls, 6 are available right now. You guys can see that. They're 150 watts, 29 cents a watt. And there are idling fees for $1. Spring. It's always really weird. But again, don't ever try to use the mountains to give you direction. Make sure you just have a compass. And always have water with you. Because if you're trying to use the mountains for directions, you're going to get lost. Something I learned when we moved here to Arizona back in 07. We lived in Arizona from 07 to 010. In a few seconds, well, it'll be a split second for you guys that we will be pulling off for the next one. We're getting close to the next charger here in Gila Bend, but you know you're going to get close when you get off of 85, or technically you're still on 85, when you see dinosaurs in the Best Western Space Age Lodge. I almost thought we were back in Roswell. So it's a very eccentric little city. Yeah. Yep.
Called Pima. I'm gonna try to ask some people if they know where I can get some Pima pants.
When the Tesla said it, it almost said like the PP, and I'm gonna say that very nice. I mean, PP is what it sounded like. So I'm going to be very nice and not say it. That's what it sounded like.
Now you have arrived at your destination.
So where is this? Okay, so it's saying it Loves. So there's a Taco Bell and a Carl's Jr. Oh, it's with Carl's Jr. Oh, ho, ho. There's not many. There's 8 stalls, and I know they were saying that there's 2 here. You can back up or you can pull straight in, your choice.
Yeah, pull straight in.
Your choicey. It's good too because it's actually shade for once. there's cars in front of us. Oh, they got the X. They got the X. Much more expensive. I'm not gonna look back over because I don't want to be rude. But we are down to 12%. So we were charged $783 at the last charger. No clue how many miles. I do know that this is a 4,000 mile road trip all the way around. We'll be able to tell you how much on a road trip when we get home and look at our mileage. I mean, we know how much miles is on the car, but we'll venture around and look at it all later, and then I'll do a follow-up later. Now that plant right there, that is a Mexican bird of paradise. I had them in my yard and around my pool with some palm trees, and they're constantly blooming. They're very pretty. And you're probably going, that's a bird of paradise. That is a Mexican bird of paradise, but that is a bird of paradise. It's in the family of bird of paradise, and though they don't look like little birdies, but that is a Mexican bird of paradise right there. But I had several of them around the back of my pool. And that is a Palo Verde tree. And I had that around the front of my house and the side of my house here in Arizona. The house I had here in Arizona was my third house. So we owned a house in Florida. Wait, our first house was in in Ohio, and then we had one in Georgia, and then our third house was in here in Arizona, and our fourth house was in Florida, and our final house is in Texas. Though, you never know, we might move again one more time, or we can always just retire out and buy an island. Islands are not as expensive as people think they are, depending on where you go. I talked about buying an island off the northern part of South America. They're like $150,000 to $200,000. There's no hurricanes that touch them, so it's just away from people. Depends on where my life is at and what happens with our family in the future. But I really do miss Cocoa Beach and Key West. There's the sheriff. Hello, sheriff. Praise all the boys in blue. Love them all. So, and that's like the 7th train today. Got 5 trains on the front, or 5 engines on the front, double stackers, cargo double stackers. Just have a fascination with trains, guys. It goes with my family. I dare somebody to count how many of them. How many cars are on it? There are 5 engines on the front. That's the most I've seen on the front. Let's see how many that might be on the back. But generally, if there's 4 or 5 in the front, there's not going to be on the back. No, it's hauling double stack, so yeah, that one day over towards Yosemite and stuff, we saw 19, I think, in one day. There's one holding still there. It's been tagged pretty good by the games. So we'll see. I don't know. That flatbed probably grab one of those. Single stacks. They've got some solid trailers on it. UPS trailers. FedEx. Might even see maybe 1 or 2 Amazon it. Let's see. Nope, see? 5 engines in the front, none on the back. Yep. We're gonna head towards Tucson and then head out from there. I'm not quite sure where we're gonna stop for the night or if we're gonna try to push through into New Mexico tonight, but we'll see. Next stop is off 10 at the Rita Road exit outside of Tucson. Tucson's like 45 minutes from the Benson exit, which is right outside the exit you would take to go to Cerro Vista, which is another 45 minutes from the exit, from the I-10. It looks like, yep, in the Pilot parking lot, and the gas is dropping as we keep going east. It's $2.93 here.
Now turn right.
And it looks like for anybody who's hungry, there is a Burger King. And I got to thinking about that tree in the last clip. It wasn't a Palo Verde tree, it's a mimosa tree, which I did also have in my front yard.
Now your destination is on the right.
Which is a really cool little tree, because if you pull it slightly touch the leaves, the leaves fold inward. It's really cute. Actually, we really like the mimosa tree. Wasn't a big fan of the Palo Verde.
This is a nice spot.
And it looks like there's...
Man, these are close together.
Damn, they are. Look at that. Look how tight they are. 4 on this side.
Oh, okay, I can see
Oh.
they're both sides of the
Yeah. There's a Hampton Inn on the other side if anybody wants to sleep at a hotel. There's a Subway there too. Okay, we're gonna charge it. Oh, and for those that were keeping track, the last time we charged was like $15.98 or $83. It's gonna take about 15 minutes. Is this a supercharger?
I think it's a 150. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we are at the Wilcox charging station. There's 8 chargers. To come around, there's a Motel 8. Or Super 8. A TNA. And it's actually behind the Holiday Inn Express Suites, which is weird because the front of the hotel is actually the back of the hotel. When you come in, it's actually the pole. You'll see the pole first. Get up and stretch. There's a Shell gas station. Can't even see it, it's so dark. Now the gas is $3.04. But we're gonna end up calling it a night here. Switch you guys around to me here for a second. But we didn't end up stopping anywhere near Fort Huachuca because it's black. But I can tell you we didn't stop because one, it's black out, and because Sierra Vista is where my accident was. And I have screws up and down my spine. If you guys ever follow my actual channel, you guys know that I was in a hit and run in 2009, September 1st. And he still lives there. I actually found him, took the information to the cops, and they refused to reopen the case because they didn't want to do the paperwork. While I'm rolling into them in a wheelchair with most of my body covered in road rash and 40 plus bones broken. Yeah. It was all over the news. In Tucson and Sierra Vista, all over the area. Yeah, but we're gonna find a place here to bunker down. Somewhere. I'll take some snaps here and you guys enjoy it. I hope. I know I sound low. I'm just tired. And I shouldn't sound tired because he's been a rock star driving. I've offered, but he loves his car. I'm trying to see if he'll let me do some driving tomorrow. So we are almost out of Arizona now. And we got to go through New Mexico. But we did see our first El Paso sign. I don't see any food signs, but I'm sure there might be something. You'd think. But, you know, gas stations have food. Nothing you can quite walk to from here.